Sure.
What's up, everyone? It's welcome to Alex and Joe podcast, episode one, where we talk about real estate, from real estate, politics, anything and everything, gossips. Today, we're going to talk about our topic today is what is happening in the real estate market. Show you the stats in December and see what we take on um, what the where the market is going from here on. So
All the
So
exciting and
exciting
scary
part,
stuff that's
yeah,
happening right now, right?
yeah.
Try
I
to
think the
figure
best
out.
way is just yeah. I'll show you what the stats is. You'll probably there's something that you want to see too, right, Jeff? You
Yeah.
like you asked for it, right? So
Yep.
show you. So we have this like every time. Like, we have stats that like from TRREB, Toronto Real Estate Board, that we get every month. Okay, so
I like.
once a month, like it's better, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can. Okay. So once a month we get this stats, right? So let's go over this. That's what's happening here. So it says uh the Greater Toronto Area GTA housing market experienced a market adjustment in 2022 compared to record levels in 2021. Affordability issues brought about by a lack of housing supply were exacerbated by a sustained interest rate hikes by Bank of Canada. Following a very strong start to the year, home sales trended lower in the spring and summer 2022. Yeah, that's what we saw last year in the summertime.
Yeah.
As aggressive Bank of Canada interest rate hike further hampered housing affordability, with no relief from the Office Superintendent of OSFI,
Hey,
mortgage.
Alex,
Yeah,
is this just Toronto?
yeah. This is the GTA, at Toronto real
Okay.
estate market. So like, when we actually like report, we uh, uh we uh we report it like within the at GTA. So these are
So
the stats.
does GTA include like Pickering and those types of places and Mississauga, or no? Is that
No, no. GTA is like whatever. Here, I'll show you if it's. I'll show you the. So if you come to my website, right? So here's my website. Go here. Um, go to buying. Uh, Trab maps instructions. Um, you can watch this, but you don't have to click here. So if you go municipality, communities, m- map, right? Like you see
yeah?
this part here. So
Yeah.
these are Toronto. Yeah. So you got East, Central, West, right?
Okay. So that's what
That's
that.
what we always right.
Gotcha.
So that's what we always talk about. Like when you see news about our real estate market. So that's what they concentrated on, the GTA, right?
Okay.
Um, it's with no relief from Office of Superintendent, OSFI mortgage stress tests, or other mortgage lending guidelines, including amortization periods. Home selling prices adjusted downward to mitigate the impact of higher mortgage rate. However, home prices are starting to level up in the summer, suggesting the aggressive early market adjustment may be coming to an end, said Toronto Real Estate Board President Paul Barry. So this guy here is actually my boss.
Oh, okay.
He's the broker of of a record of the company that I work for. So
Okay.
technically, he's my boss,
So
right?
he's the
Uh,
yeah.
president of like real estate board, Toronto Real Estate Board, right? And they give you all these like stats, right? So there are about 75,140 sales reported in TREB in
Yeah.
2022, down by 38.2% to the 2021 record of 121,639. the number of new listing amounted to about 152,000, down 8.2% to
So
166,600.
so
Go ahead.
2021 it says record. Does that like are they saying that in 2021 that was
Here,
like the most that's ever been?
yeah. So let's go here in the yeah. So these are the snapshots, right? Um, so the total, so like year to year from December 21st to December 22, we're down 48.2%,
Yeah.
right? So it kind of give you like year by like year, right? So
Yep.
the seasonally adjusted from like November to December. So like from month of November to December 2022, it all it about there's a difference of only about just like a fraction, like 1.1%, right? From
Yeah.
4,879. So that give you that. So the average. So this is what most people likes, right? See the average selling price from December 2021 to December 2022 is minus 9.2%, right? So in the 2021, the average price was 1.1 million. 2022 is almost just above
Which is
1 mil. Yeah,
it's
which
not
is not
that
even
bad.
a big deal. Yeah,
That bad.
right.
No. It's not as bad as what you sort of hear or how it's being talked about in the media,
Correct.
right? They're
Yeah,
kind of they're yeah,
yeah.
they're
And take a look at
embellishing
this too.
it, and I guess Toronto's a stronger market too, right?
Right. And take a look at this too, right? Seasonally adjusted. November 2022 to uh, to December, because yeah, it's like lower market, right? So there's nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Right. Uh,
Basically the
Total
same
new
thing.
listing. Yeah. So total new listing. So
Yeah.
so when they put like listing, right? So we have more listing in 2021 of this of December,
Yeah.
about 5,000 uh, like listing, right? In the 2022, we're down to about four, right? So it gives you about negative 21.3%. Um,
That's
uh,
that's the number
yeah,
that's how the properties are still holding up, right? Because the listings are
yeah,
down. Nobody
correct,
nobody's
yeah.
nobody's
Which
selling.
which brings to the point where you're, for example, they were saying that yeah, like we're gonna go to the cycle right now. Like we might get, like we may be in the bear market, right? Which
Mhm.
like yeah, like we're pretty much like heading there, right?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, what you gotta understand is that immigration, right, plays a big factor. So there's still a lot of people that are here, Toronto, right, that are still looking, fighting to buy a house, right?
Yeah.
So like right now they were just sitting on the sidelines because they're in fear shock, right? Because yeah, like how many times like have you ever seen um a, a, a- the Fed that just they c- they hike seven consecutive times in one shot? Never seen this happen,
No.
right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many times like have you ever seen that like we were in the situation where we had a pandemic, and then like right after was war,
Yeah.
the global supply chain disruption, right? So it never
The
happened,
it
right?
the war is not being talked about as much as it probably should be because it really is having a huge impact on the cost of living for everybody, right? So I mean, if it was
For
just our
sure.
housing market that was changing and not
Mhm.
everything else, that's one thing, right? But we have the housing market and rates going through the roof, but then we also have groceries, uh, anything you're buying, except for today, a Tesla went down 20%. They're giving you some savings if you want to buy a Tesla, but other than that,
Yeah.
everything else is like gas. I mean, gas was almost what, $2 or $2 at one point, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just like what the that guy from Valley Tainment said, right? There's a five cycle, like when uh, like when they take out the money from the public, the first
Yeah,
thing that would happen was like people would lose job, right?
yeah,
So like when they lose job, like what's gonna happen? They're gonna stop buying. Then
yeah,
a company will get shut down, right? We got layoff, and then they're not gonna buy homes. And the people that own homes, they probably have what, like 6 months to get by, and then they have to sell their property, right? And the people that cannot um, hold it like anymore, then they they have to go. They will walk away from the property, which might happen like on the people that bought a property on the like really high market. Those ones that bought in the 1.1 to 2 mil, like with a 1% interest rate, right? So
yeah.
can you imagine right now how much you have to go through just to survive? It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
you know
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen, I've had
yeah,
clients that took
yeah,
variable because that's what they insisted on taking. Like we can't control what somebody ends up taking as a mortgage product. We can advise them the pros and
yeah,
cons, and they make the decision at the end of the day, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have clients that took, they have a $1.5 million mortgage that went from 1.8% up to
Yeah,
four
for
and a
sure.
half
So
or
that's why
higher, right?
it's very hard to tell, right? Because like like you'll never know what's gonna happen, right? So like we could be talking about this now that yeah, like we're gonna go into uh, um the slump in 2023, but you just never know, because like what we're seeing right now, like as of right now, okay. In fact, I'll show you one of there was this one guy here. Text my. I'm gonna share a like screen. Yeah. So we have this like WhatsApp group, right, with our company. So all the like realtors, like we share the information of like what's happening in the field. So this guy, you probably knows this guy. You know him.
Yeah, I know the guy. Yeah, there are people bringing in.
Yeah.
Or, let me read this here. Okay.
Look, so this guy said, right?
Please be
There's
advised that an offer has been.
yeah.
I
How many
can't read
offers? Like read them.
the offers.
Yeah.
What
Twenty
total?
six
What does
offers.
it say? I can't
20
read that.
there's a total of 26 offers.
How many
26.
on one
26.
house?
Yeah, one house. So there's still in some pockets, there's
Yeah.
still a bidding war going on
So
as of right
are
now.
those the
Yeah,
houses that are in that like 500 to 800 range?
yeah. So in Toronto, like every entry level home, right? So they will go first. They were the first one to like always sell, right?
Yeah.
Especially a bungalow, because that's what people likes, right? That one that they can convert to a secondary
Rental.
suites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you have to do, like in order for you to afford this $1.1 million home, right?
Yeah.
Like 1,800,000. Like right now, the average home, right? So let's look at what the average home is
And you
like
have,
right now.
I mean, it's a lot. So some people are negative about the immigration because they don't see where everyone's going to fit, how where are they going to live, our housing costs are too high. But at the same time, it's also these are people that are going to need to rent, a lot of them when
Of
they move
course,
here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
renting out, a home to a student, somebody that's maybe going to school for nursing or personal support worker or whatever the case, right? Like you just got to be creative. I mean, we're going to do the same thing here at our house. We're no different than everybody else, right? We have to be creative and
Yeah, for
find ways
sure.
to make things work, right?
Imagine if you own a multiple home, just like me, right? I'm an
Yeah,
ordinary guy, if you have a 3-year mortgage, right, like which I have, right? All of a sudden, like like you have you're paying like two 2,500. Sorry, my kid just came. I'm on the podcast. Say hi. Say hi to your job. That's my kid
Hello.
now. Big now.
Hi. Do you remember me? Does she
Roger?
remember coming here?
Yeah. Remember
No.
before? No?
Remember Pikachu?
Okay.
Remember the 1,000-piece Pikachu
Yeah.
Lego that you and your dad
Pikachu?
put together?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take out the cat. I can't house. Okay. Close the door now. Yeah. So i- imagine that, like where you have a 3 year mortgage, right? Now,
Yeah.
like it used to be I used to pay what at the average at 2,500.
Yeah.
Right now, like all of a sudden it went from 2,500 to about 4 once
Yeah.
overnight. One of them, right? I was
Yeah.
actually lucky that I locked into to one of them, right?
Yeah.
Uh, at at that time, like rate was what, like 1% like 1%, and I had to like refinance, and I locked it into about 2.9 2.9, right? So I was scratching my head because, oh man, it went down, and I was
I
losing
know.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It turned out
Now
to be
you're like,
one of
thank
the,
God.
yeah, my God. I still
Yeah.
have 3 year 2 more years to go, right? So I'm still safe, right? But my rental ones, that's when it got hit, right?
Those are the
When it's
variable.
like 4,000, yeah, because I wasn't thinking too that he's gonna go up this
Our,
far, right? Um,
our our Bank of Canada, the last name Tiff, I forget his first name. It's just escaping me at the moment. He said it's all over. I mean, it's in there. It's in writing. He put it in there that the rates are going to stay low. If you want to borrow money, you can still borrow money. The rates will stay low till at least 2023. He said that.
no way.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was,
The Bank of Canada said the prime rate will stay low. If you want to borrow money, go on ahead. Instantly,
yeah,
as soon as end of February happened and Russia invaded Ukraine, that was the
yeah,
escape clause basically that they were able to use to
yeah.
start changing things, right?
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, that's why it's I I have, like, here's what my prediction for 2023 is. Um, there are two, right? One of them would be we may be in the situation where like where we see like price to it might come down, but I don't think it's gonna go down to the, like, significant, right? Um, uh, because no matter what, there's still people that are going to buy, right?
Yeah,
Like regardless,
yeah. Especially
the
investors, I think, still, right? Aren't investors
yeah, for
still
sure, yeah,
active out there, right? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
interest is a
It's the
write-off.
best time. Yeah, it's actually the best time for you to buy now, especially if you're investors that are sitting on a cash, right? Because
Yeah,
like you're probably not gonna see this like a cycle event that we're having right now, because this cycle is just very unprecedented, right? Like you'll never see events right after events that that is just like very like significant, right?
yeah,
On the flip side, what we may see is uh, like we may see like bidding wars, like in some pockets, because uh, there, I have a feeling that there are like properties that are still going to like sell, and like there's less people will sell, and there are more people that wants to buy, right?
yeah,
Because once they get used to this 6% they're gonna be like,
yeah,
whatever, like no matter what, like I will buy, because if you look at delta, right, of if you were to buy in the higher interest rate or and like lower price, I would rather buy on the higher interest rate, right? At least I qualify on
yeah.
the like higher ones, right? But if I were to go buy in a higher price and like lower interest rate, then then I'm not safe, because
You get the
like once the
shock.
market flips, You'll
Yeah.
get shocked. At least like if I buy upon the shock, you're already shocked, like you're there, right?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that could happen? Like you like market like when like goes down, it's stabilized, right? Uh,
Yep.
and that's what like we may see that like we may see a situation where there's less people will buy like was sell, and like there are people that wants to
Yeah.
buy.